So anyway, a mate of mine came in and said, look George, I want someone to run a long firm for me. Now for those who don't know what a long firm is, it's a fraudulent company, and what you do, you buy loads and loads of stuff in, and then you just say goodbye to everyone and walk away. Well, that's how it's supposed to work. Anyway, so we started this fraudulent company up. In 3 months, I owed about nearly £180,000. And they said, that's nothing, George. Take your whack, we take our whack, and we just close the firm down. Anyway, we closed the firm down. I had my money, and I went on a bit further because I sold some more stuff which I should have left for the bankruptcy people. But being greedy, I sold the rest anyway, which ended up getting me nicked. Got nicked, they give me bail. Now I've got quite a few £1,000s in my own, in my pocket, about £50,000 or £60,000. I bought a nice house and that down near Southend, and I had this money in my pocket, but I couldn't go to work because I was on bail and I knew the old Bill was watching me. So a mate of mine said, look, if you give us the dosh, we'll start up a speed factory. So I said, okay then. So I financed it, he started up the speed factory, and it went pear-shaped. They all got nicked. So now my dosh is vanishing because I'm on the booze every day of the week and having parties and that. So I thought, well, I'll start my own speed factory up. So got the chemist, got another bloke to work with me as a minder and all that. We started another speed factory up. And this time it came on top again, but now I'm in the frame. So they won't give me bail this time. So now it goes into local residents, just up the road there. Bet Street, innit? Bet Street? Jeb Avenue, that's it. Should have remembered that. So I goes in there. Walked in, I was lucky because a mate of mine was a red band or whatever he is, and so as soon as I walked in, he said to me, George, tomorrow morning you're on the yacht plate. So I was on the yacht plate the next day, so I'm getting the grab and I'm getting some work. They moved us out of there, moved us down to Ashford. Got in a bit of trouble down Ashford, and so they moonlighted me back to Brixton. Then I got weighed off. I got 2 years for the fraud, so I goes into Wandsworth. Went to church every Sunday. Not because of church, obviously. I went to church because my mates was on different wings and we all met in the church to talk. And that's exactly what it was for us. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't remember one service in Brixton, not one service. But we just sat here talking and... But when I went to Wandsworth, I remember one little Jamaican guy who came and preached. And it was something about it. It was different to the normal, like, blah-de-blah-de-blah, which I've been listening to. It was like, it was a story. And it was interesting. I can't remember what it was about now, but I knew it was interesting at the time. Anyway, goes to court for me second. I tried to get to, when they've got away this I got this 2 years for this fraud, I tried to get down to the open air prison night. And I thought, so I could have it away from there and like not go up in the other one. But first they said, yeah, and they said, oh no, you've got another charge to go on here, like making drugs. I said, okay. Anyway, goes to court. Near enough at the end of the sentence, the chemist had gone guilty, and there's just me and the other geezer there. Near enough at the end of the trial, the judge sent all the jury out. He said, I want to tell you something. These men haven't been tried for what the crime is. We couldn't make the drugs. The chemists had gone guilty, but we'd been tried as the chemists. He said, now you can't tell the jury that, but you put it across the best you can that they've been tried for something they couldn't do. Okay. So next day, I went home to Wandsworth that night, and I'm going on and all the Petersville, my mates were, I want to get out of this, I want to walk away tomorrow. I'm going home. They were going, cool, lucky you, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, next day I goes to court and they put it across the best they could, and the jury is either deaf, blind or whatever. They didn't hear a thing of it because they said guilty. So, but the good news was, the first judge who was supposed to try this, when the chemist went guilty, he said, I'm going to give you two 7 years each on top of what you're doing. So the new judge who did take over, because this bloke was still on the trial, he said, I feel it was unfair what you just got. He said, so I'm only going to give you 3.5 years on top. So I goes back to Wandsworth, now with a 5.5 year sentence instead of 2. But I was happy because I thought I was going to be doing an 8 or a 9. So I've gone back, and this one of my mates in there, he said to me, what's happened? So I said, well, I've got another 3.5 on top. Oh, he went, oh, he was doing 3.5 and he'd done it hard. I mean, doing it hard. And how are you going to handle that? I said, well, I would have got a 9 really, so I'm happy with a 5.5. That's a touch. That's the right result. So anyway, so then they shipped me down to High Point. Oh, in the beginning, I went into Brixton on my birthday, and I went down to High Point on my birthday. So, gets to High Point. Now, there's 3 parts in High Point at the time. There was the main, there was the north, and there was the decat. Well, on the main, all the lunatics wanted to stay there because no one done anything, and they all just got drugged up and done whatever they wanted. Over the north was the education side. So I'm buying my time because I had planned to go out and do a massive fraud. And I had the financial backing for it and everything. And so all I'm going to do is bide my time, do me bit of bird, get back out, get back into this other fraud and get a lot of money. Anyway, got out other ideas. I goes over to the north, I'm going on education. So I'm sitting there on education to get 125 a week. All of a sudden the geese said to me, do you want to go in the chapel? There's chapel orderly. I said, leave me out. I said, nonsense, funny people. No, I mean, none of that ain't my game. I'll come out of the East End of London. You know what I mean? I don't do church stuff like that. I don't mind going if I'm going to go and talk to someone, that's it. So anyway, he said, you get £2.80 a week in there. I said, well, I'll have some of that then. Well, 125, £2.80, because I'll have some of that. So there was 3 of us used to go to church. There was me, because I had to go, because I was a chapel orderly now. My mate Lionel, from Leicester, funny enough, a Scouse guy who lived in Leicester. And one of Duke Mackenzie, the boxer's brothers. And I think he was just trying to work his ticket. So anyway, so the 3 of us used to go down. The vicar was a backslidden Christian, I've got to be honest. He was hanging back. And so he didn't care to. He was so backslidden, I got him to go and meet my wife one day up the pub, and he brought back carrier bags of food for me, bottles of wine. He said, but you've got to drink the wine over here, you can't take it back to your Peter, look, or you won't. So anyway, so I had to drink the wine up there and just stagger back to the thing, I mean. But on Christmas Day, I'll tell you, I had the Christmas party that was unbelievable. I had the proper brandy cakes, brandy sauce, I had everything. I had the cashew nuts, the peanuts. Everyone wanted to be Marmite that day, I'm telling you. Anyway, I used to have some right fun with this vicar, I tell you. He was only little, but he thought he was a bit hard. And he was saying to me, I want to give you a right-hander, strange, and all that. I said, look that door and you give me a right-hander. And I used to wrestle him, I used to get him on the floor. I tell you, if the AGs or anyone had walked into that chapel with me holding the vicar down like, I had some good times, really. Anyway, then we had a born-again guy come in. And I knew, to be honest, I'd never heard of a born-again Christian. I never went to church as a kid. I went to Sunday school if there was an outing going on, and that's about it. Anyway, this born-again Christian, Chaz his name was, he come from Stepney originally, but he moved down to High Point. He comes in and he said to me, one night, he said, George, I think it's time you give your life to Jesus. A little voice inside me said, he's mad, don't do that. I said, that ain't for me. I had a robbery to go on, you've got to realise. I said, no, that ain't for me. He said, what about you, Lionel? He went, no, I'll go with George. So he said, another guy who come there, this guy was a bit nutty. He was always looking at his hands and he kept bathing himself and he had some problems. He said, well, what about you, Dougie? He went, come out of iron. Yeah, I'd do that. He said, I have some of that. He said, well, I'll pray for you. He said, these two can go to hell. Go to hell? I thought I was good enough for heaven. I didn't realise I was in prison for doing things wrong. And I got to write up over it. So I see the vicar the next day. I said, look, I'm not having no more to do with that born again Christian geezer. He's told me I'm going to hell. I said, like, blah, blah, blah. Anyway. And this was on the Thursday. Well, someone over on, I think it was on the Friday, gave me a cassette tape to listen to. And what it was a policeman's testimony. He was a desk sergeant named Fred Smith, come from Watford way. And this Fred Smith had become a Christian. So anyway, I've gone back to me, because in there I was a bit posh now, I had a single room and everything, I mean.